podcast you're about to listen to is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of horror movie fans who chose to listen to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast.
With your host, Killian Gore.
Good evening. You join me live in Transylvania for the Monster Squad edition of the Huge Horror Movie Podcast with your host, me, Killian H. Gore. Now, I should say, yeah, we're not in Transylvania, obviously, but we do have a special guest. He's not from Transylvania, probably from the Moors. I think he's from the Moors. Yes, I should say that I've just now, recently, moved all of these shows over onto Podbean, whatever that is. And Podbean will then plop the shows onto Spotify. Is that a technical term you guys use? Yeah, they're being plopped onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I do believe. Just have to get verified and all that. Do you know that in the whole process of doing that, though, the most complicated issue, I thought it was going to be about the sound, and maybe it still is. Is the sound hideous? But the most complicated thing was the header photograph thing. My God. Boy, did I struggle trying to get that to work. Somehow it did. I nearly give up. I smashed. I went through 2 keyboards and I smashed. No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of an angry person. I only smashed 1. No, there was no smashing involved. But I nearly did give up. Finally, it worked. Don't know what I did. You know, because it tells you it's got to be this many pixels and this size and blah blah blah. It's got to be wearing a dress and it's got to look pretty. But anyway, it just worked in the end. I don't know what I pressed. That's the way I mostly roll, you know. It's my life. I don't know what I pressed. Just keep pressing things till they work. Anyway, yeah, so the Monster Squad. Obviously, we're doing the Monster Squad. Oh, the movie in the BG, obviously, yesterday. I said obviously too many times. That's now 3, obviously. 4. Is the Monster Squad. I've only got... just scooch over here. I've only got the Spanish Blu-ray. Una Panadilla Alucinati. Could have said that better. Should use a Spanish twang. What is a Spanish twang? I can't think. Una panadilla. No, that's like Italian, isn't it? How do you Spanish people talk? Yeah, una panadilla alla cincinati. Yeah, because over in the UK, the Monster Squad. What's going on with the Monster Squad? Why is nobody releasing it? You rotters. The last time the Monster Squad, get this, was released in the UK was on VHS. On VHS. It's never come out on DVD. Obviously never out on Blu-ray. Or obviously then, obviously that's 5, 6. Is it 6 times? Obviously 7. I'm going to keep a tally over here. Oh, sorry about that noise. I'll try not to touch the desk. I have to be more professional now. 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 No, I have to be a bit more professional. Now I'm on all the channels. Do they call them channels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I did. There we go. That's pointless, that, isn't it? Put that over there. I got these great new pens. What are they, what's the make? Friction. Remove by friction. You hear the click? That's the lid going on. That's good podcasting, wasn't it? You can hear a live lid. And yeah, you can write with them, and they're a pen. Pilot friction ball. And you can erase them. No bones. So there we go. Yeah, they're exciting. So yeah, we've got the Monster Squad playing in the background. There's Van Helsing there, and some they call it the amulet, don't they? And it's all flashy lights, and read from this thing, honey, and it'll make it stop. And they don't make it stop, do they? Boom, something explodes. And I've not got my checklist. Damn unprofessionalism. Here it is. Da 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 da. And some bookmarks. I feel like I got a burp on the horizon. Which I don't want to do. I don't want to do that, do I? So I will try to repress it. So yeah, I didn't. I just did it over there in background. And another one. Don't know if you... I just had breakfast quite recently. So we're going to go straight to the horror movie manual here. To look up the word nards, a word heavily associated with the Monster Squad. Nards, a slang term for testicles, as concluded by Horace in the Monster Squad. The Wolfman definitely does have them. Plop that over there. And that brings up the notion of the special guest in the studio today. I'm going to use the word studio from now on, eh? Even though it's not a studio. I don't know what else to say. It's the werewolf. It's the Wolfman. Let's come and say hi, Wolfman. Wolfman? Wolfman? You can hear the click. Wolfman. Ooh. Oh, hey there. Keep your distance there, though. Don't get too close. How are you today, anyway, Wolfman? What? It just stopped. Oh! Got a bit more. Hey, come on now. Come on. This is supposed to be a friendly thing. I invited you here to talk about the movie. Oh, go away. Right, okay. He wasn't friendly enough to carry on. Oh, we're going to start with not the quiz. We're going to start with a little bit of a story. Now, this features in the Monster Squad quiz book, which I did. So it's not just in the huge horror movie quiz book. I did a standalone Monster Squad quiz book back in 2017. Which, actually, I don't know if this quiz book is in that Wolfman's Got Nards documentary that they did. I'm really baffled about this, because I had some intel from some inside Danny, somebody on Facebook, who I think he was involved with it, and he was interviewing Andre Gower, I do believe. And there's a picture. There does exist. Sorry, a picture of Andre Gower with my quiz book. And apparently he was reading from it. He was reading from the story which I'm about to read to you. I'm sure Andre Gower did it a lot better. Seems that he's a professional actor, and me not a professional actor. Does it mention the Wolfman's got a cancelled remake in 2008? Rob Cohen. Who's Rob Cohen? I know his name. He did Witches of Eastwick, The Wiz. Did he do The Wiz? I can't remember him being the director of The Wiz. I thought he was a newer guy, Rob Cohen. It's like an 80s movie. Filmography... No, The Wiz isn't there, is it? No, it's not. Why does it say The Wiz at the top? Wikipedia, what are you doing? His director... Oh, right. Cohen produced... Oh, he produced The Wiz, right. I didn't think he was the director of The Wiz. But he was directing in the 80s. A Small Circle of Friends, 1980. 1984, Scandalous. Then he gave it all up until 1993 when he came back with The Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, followed by Dragonheart. He was obviously obsessed with dragons. And 2008, look at that, The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Empire. If it's got dragon in the title, I'll do it. Sign me up, I like dragon films. So that's Rob Cohen. Yeah, producer. Yeah, there you go, Sidney Lumet, isn't it? The Wiz. I forgot what I was looking up. Oh, right. There's a bit about the remake there. Rob Cohen, who served as a producer on the original film. Oh, right. Maybe that's why I know his name. Said that the rights to the film were back with Paramount and there were plans to remake the film. However, he had no desire to direct it because it didn't have the word dragon in the title. Could we call it the Dragon Squad, he said. No, that's made up. It was announced that Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes had officially signed on to produce the film with Cohen, now confirmed to direct, and Mark and Brian Gunn writing the screenplay. The announcement of a remake and Platinum Dunes' involvement was met with much positive reaction from fans of the original. In 2014, Platinum Dunes producers Brad Fuller and Andrew Form confirmed that the remake was no longer happening. Boo, Brad and Andrew. Ooh, you bad guys. Yeah, so there was that Wolfman's Got Nards documentary, which I don't know where did it go. Did it? I don't think anybody released it, did they? I'd have to have another look. But yeah, apparently my quiz book is in there. I hope it is. Could somebody tell me? Is anybody listening? Right, let's do the story. I'm going to read it from Three Tales of Terror, though, rather than the Monster Squad quiz book, because I think I tweaked it slightly. I'm not reading the whole story. Wouldn't bore you with that. But I actually sent this story to John Landis when I gave him the American Wealth in London quiz book. He bought the American Wealth in London quiz book on Etsy last year sometime. It was so weird because because obviously when you're selling on Etsy you get the buyer's name and the address. So I saw John Landis and I thought, no, surely that's not the John Landis. And then I look at the address and it's like Beverly Hills 90210. And I'm thinking, well, John is John. It's quite a common name. Maybe Landis is quite a common name over in California. So even then I was thinking, maybe there's another John Landis who just happens to want, maybe he's a fan of everything John Landis does because he's got the same name. So then I Googled the address and boom, there it was. Home of John Landis and Deborah Noodleman. I never know how to say her name. Noodleborg. So there, obviously that I know that's his wife, and so it was the John Landis. So I sent him a little letter saying thanks for buying me book, and I remember I said, you should be signing this for me. Oh, the banter we had, me and John. And I also sent him Creature Food as a standalone short story book, which you can't buy that for love nor money. Oh no. And he sent that back all torn up and said, "This is rubbish!" No, he didn't really. He sent me a nice little note back though, which is now I plaster on the back of all my books. You gotta do it, ain't you? Hey, you gotta do it. So I don't know which bit of Creature Food to read really. Have a little flick through here. Creature Food is basically the story of these two boys who their dog. They throw a ball into the neighbour's garden and I think a window breaks or something, and then their dog disappears and they think it's the neighbour who's done it. But it ain't the neighbour, is it? So no, because you'll have to read it. I'll just read you a little bit though. You can find this in either Three Tales of Terror or the Monster Squad quiz book. Probably in something else. keep rehashing them out. What's a good bit to read? Oh, the bit where the sea... It's like a Gilman story, Creature Food. I should have... here we go. Tommy pointed over to the man on the other side of the pond as he gently pushed Duncan down with himself so that the two of them were obscured from whatever it was arising from the dark water some 30 feet away. "He looks funny," Duncan observed, as the green-coloured creature slowly pulled itself up onto the shore, its movements as keen as a cat about to strike its prey. "It's a wetsuit. He must be a diver," Tommy rationalised. "I thought for a minute it was a big Liz." It was at that moment that the creature's arm lunged forward and took something from the bushes on the shore with its webbed hands. The strange thing turned around, facing in the boy's direction, before sliding back into the swampy water with a small, twitching animal in its grasp. Tommy and Duncan observed that this was not a man in a diving suit after all. "This isn't a boating accident." "Sorry about that." Its head looked rather like a frog's, with large, bulging eyes, and its body was scaled like a snake or a lizard. But it was the mouth that really put the fear into them. Though not as elongated as a crocodile's jaws, they could see the brief flash of rows of razor-sharp white teeth inside the predator's reptilian mouth. It halted momentarily before submerging, locking its starkly white bulbous eyes on them both before vanishing from view with its still living dinner. Ooh-ho-ho-ho-y! Throw that book over there. We're done with that. We must move on to the quiz. But yeah, that's from Creature Food. A story that I really like. One of my favourites, that. So, the Monster Squad quiz. Here we go. Number 1. What is the slogan written on Sean's t-shirt at the beginning of the Monster Squad? 1987, it says here in brackets, in case you didn't know. Because there is another Monster Squad, isn't there? An older one. 60s or 70s or something like that. Number 2. What is Sean's sister's, Phoebe's, nickname? What's Phoebe's nickname? Number 3. Which fictitious movie does Sean ask his dad if he go and watch? Which if he can. Oh, I missed a word out with you. Oh dear, I've not put the word can. Oh, there you go. Live mistakes happening. So which fictitious movie does Sean ask his dad if he can go and watch with his friends? Number 4. What are the 5 main monsters featured in the Monster Squad? And number 5. How does scary German guy prove he's not a vampire to the Monster Squad? There we go. There's our opening 5. Buddha boom bing bong. I still need to do a little music sting for the opening 5, but I'm not going to ever. Right. Sorry about the clicks. I should stop apologising for the clicks. That's just part of the show. The huge horror movie podcast, in brackets, with clicks. And there's those clicks now happening. Thought it'd be fun to look at some of the bad reviews. This is always a bit of a laugh, isn't it? The Monster Squad in general has a 7.1 on Internet Movie Database, which is jolly good. Jolly good news. Directed by Fred Decker. Fred will be here in a bit with the answers to my 13 questions from What's Your Favourite Scary Movie? So that'll be exciting. I will be simulating Fred's voice, though. He couldn't make it today. He's busy picking apples or something in his garden. Right, so let's look at that's made up. He's not picking apples in his garden. Bananas, I think. Right, so let's go to the 1-star reviews. Let me think. Stupid, says Guanman. I just saw this movie for the first time and the last time. Now, I wouldn't say I was a harsh critic, really, but this movie really reeked. The 80s was a confusing era, and this movie was a fart of the 80s era of movies. It lingered around for a while and didn't smell too good. The whole idea of kids fighting monsters is an idea out of some stupid Saturday morning cartoon. What kind of an actor would play a fishman? And even the idea of a fishman is staggering. So if you are thinking of watching The Monster Squad, think it over. And consider the year of 1987 and the crap that came out of the 80s. Bloody hell, Guanman. What does Guanman like instead? In and Out, he liked that. Good, funny movie. He likes the 90s better. Judge Dredd, 1995. Good, surprisingly funny movie. And then Mystic Pizza, 1988. Waste of time and money. My God, what happened to you, Guanman, in the 80s? Another one from 1999. Finally, Gibson's a bad guy. Oh, that's not much of a review, is it? He didn't like Spawn, though. Why? Casino, great movie, 90s. Yep. The Phantom, movie for the collection, 1996. Starship Troopers, 1997. What everyone else thinks. I don't know what that means. And then, yeah, The Monster Squad. That's all he's done. So he sticks... Maybe he's probably born growing up watching 90s movies, or something awful happened to him in the 90s. Hey, there's only 2 1-star reviews for The Monster Squad. That's pretty cool. Normally, because I do these things on social media, Idiocracy Horror, where I find a bad review for a classic horror movie. And normally there's absolutely loads of 1-star and 2-star reviews. You know, there's plenty to trawl through. But this has 2. That's amazing. That's great for the movie. The other 1-star review is huge. I don't think I can read all of that out, can I? He's got many issues with it, though. He struggled... no, I'm not reading that. Rightio. We're going to go to the answers to those first 5. And, of course, the T-shirt, number 1. Sorry, that Sean wears, of course, says Stephen King's Rules. Of course it does. You've all got one. Number 2, Sean's sister, is, of course, Phoebe the Phoebe. And number 3, the fictitious movie, is Groundhog Day Part 12. Oh, I'd love to see the Groundhog Day movies. They only made one, didn't they? And that weren't even a horror. Number 4, the 5 main monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, the Wolfman, and the Gill Man. See the way I put there? I made sure I put Frankenstein's monster. That old classic mistake. I even know, come on, can't we just agree to call him Frankenstein the monster? Not Frankenstein the monster, but just Frankenstein. Can't we do that collectively, everybody? Let's do it from henceforth. We will all call Frankenstein's monster just Frankenstein. Right, that's it then. Oh no, 5. How does scary German guy prove that he's not a... what was it? What? A vampire. He points to his reflection in the mirror. So there we go. We've done the opening 5, so I'd like to actually now bring Fred into the studio. Fred? I didn't... oh, that was unprofessional. I haven't put a little bookmark in Fred Decker's... here, oh, I've gone to the right one. He gives quite brief answers, unfortunately, Fred. Fred Decker, director, producer and writer of Night of the Creeps, which we might mention if you're lucky. House, yes, he wrote, I believe he wrote, is he only credited as the story of House? I don't think he's the screenplay writer, I could be wrong. Let's have a look, Fred. What happened to Fred though, eh? You know, it's a shame really. I think Robocop 3 killed him off. Because he only did Night of the Creeps, The Monster Squad, and Robocop 3 as feature films. He did a Tales from the Crypt episode, which probably pops up in the quiz there. And he's got a film in post-production, Dent. What's Dent, Fred? Tell us about Dent. It's a short comedy. Oh dear. But writer, their House, yeah, story. See, told you. And of course The Predator was one that he did write quite recently, which everybody slagged off, didn't they? I liked it. Sorry to admit that, you know, I did like it. Terrific fun. 5.3 on Internet Movie Database, not bad. Probably has more than 2 1-star reviews though. So Fred, anywho, what's your favourite scary movie? Jaws. Jaws, he says. What's your favourite horror... Who is your favourite horror movie director? I'd say I'm going to go with William Friedkin. Good choice, Freddie. What's your favourite type, subgenre of horror movie? I like haunted house movies. The Haunting, The Shining and The Legend of Hell House. And could you tell me what your favourite bad horror movie is? Oh yes, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Good choice, Fred. I did a book on that, Fred, if you can believe it. I did a quiz book on Plan 9 from Outer Space. And so, what would be your favourite horror double feature drive-in choice? Right, I'll go with Amiga Man and Conquest of Planet Tapes. Ah, nice. Nice. But where are they horrors, Fred? No. But I said horror. No, ignore that bit. It was silly. Who was your favourite horror movie killer? Hannibal Lecter. Right off the bat there, Fred. What is your favourite horror movie creature monster? Frankenstein's monster. Well, we've just collectively agreed to call him Frankenstein, so could you say that again? Of course. Frankenstein. Thank you, Fred. Together we will rule the world with our new name for Frankenstein. What's your favourite horror movie franchise? The Universal Monsters. Good, yeah, obviously it would be, wouldn't it? Because you're the guy that did the Monster Squad, and that's about these books are sliding off my lap. What's your favourite horror movie sequel? Tie. What? No, I'm saying it's a tie between Aliens and Day of the Dead. Great choices, Fred. What's your favourite horror movie remake? John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, it's debatable whether it's a remake, though, Fred, isn't it? Or is it just, another adaptation of the novella? What do you think? What do you think about that, Fred? Is it Fred? He's gone silent. What's your favourite horror television show? Not strictly horror, but I'll go with The Twilight Zone. Nice. What's your favourite zombie movie? Day of the Dead. God, you go on about Day of the Dead, don't you? Wouldn't you marry it? And what has been your favourite Halloween costume? What that I wore personally? Howard Hughes. There you go. That's Fred. Thanks. You can go now, Fred. Get out. Off he goes. I don't think I got anybody else involved in the Monster Squad. In the What's Your Favourite Scary Movie book. Did you hear the book squeak then? It made a little squeak. Put my finger on the cover. Yeah, I don't think anybody else. So, oops, I'll just flop that over there. Take it away. Take it away. What are we doing? There's some more questions, of course. Right, listen, écoutez. Number 6, which US state is the Monster Squad set in? And number 7, which other popular 80s horror movie did Robbie Kiger, Patrick, appear in as the character of Job? Or is that Job? Sorry, Job. I don't think they say it's spelt Job, but I think they call him Job. Shouldn't Job have an E on it? Number 8, which character says the famous line, Wolfman's got nards? Is it Sean, Rudy, Patrick, or Horace? And number 9, who is the author of the diary that Sean's mum gives to him? And number 10, this is our true or false moment. Are you ready? Saved by this Bell star, Mark-Paul Gosselaar had a small role in the Monster Squad, which was cut out of the final film. Now, is that true? Or is it false? You tell me. You tell me. So, yep, there's the next 5. Oh, right. I've not grabbed a particular book, which I normally do. Oh, bear with me, everybody. Just lean down here and have a little. It's none of those. Put those back over there. I was gonna do another song because I did one in that sleepaway camp and it was fun, but I don't know what song to do. Maybe I should just make songs up for each for each movie or genre, or I'm hoping. It's just ridiculous of me again not to have. I don't think I've got any trivia on the Monster Squad in the Incredible Horror Movie Facts books. Let's have a quick look. This will be terribly disappointing, won't it? No, I don't. So we will have to go to... it's gone? Where's it gone? The Monster Squad quiz book, which is full of trivia and a whole bunch more questions. Too many to read out now. It also has separate sections on... what's it got? It's got separate sections on Dracula, Frankenstein, Werewolf, and Universal Monsters in general. Wow. That's how many questions? And with over 200 questions in this one. Why don't we do... Oh, that'd be more questions, though. No, we'll do them... we'll do... no, hang on. Let's have a bit of a change around. No, actually, we'll go back... Bloody hell. We're going to do the monstrously difficult section in the Monster Squad quiz book. Or maybe we should do those after we get the answers to... yeah, we could come back to those. Getting too hot again. Let's have the answers to those 5 that we just heard, shall we? Here we go. So the state that the Monster Squad is in is Louisiana, Baton Rouge. So the movie was actually filmed in California. And 7, Robbie Kiger as Job was, of course, Children of Corn. Children of the Corn. So who says the line, Wolfman's got nards? It's, of course, poor dear Horace. As I'm sure you probably all know if you're horror fans, Horace died, didn't he? Brent Chelham. He died just aged 22 in Vegas. I think he had some sort of complications. Oh, it's not got it here. Wasn't it diabetes or something? Oh, pneumonia. He died of pneumonia in Las Vegas, just 22. It's very sad. I think he's the only Monster Squad. I think that I mentioned this, haven't I? I met Duncan Rieger, Count Dracula himself, at HorrorCon. I always mention HorrorCon, don't I? Last year, and I gave him a copy of the Monster Squad quiz book. I think I've told you this. I might have told you, but I didn't give his name because I gave him a copy, and I signed it for him, and he gave me nothing back. Not that I was really expecting anything back, I was just being nice. But I was hoping for a freebie, Duncan. And then Stephen Mason off Lonely Tree Entertainment, he got... Oh yeah, he had me sign a book and Duncan. So Stephen Mason's, you can listen to on YouTube, I'm often in his shows. You might have noticed. But yeah, he's got this copy now with me and Duncan in there. I want it back, Stephen. I want that book. And I should have done it myself. He did pay for the whole shebang. So any road. Where on earth were we up to? I've digressed. Horace. Yeah, so Horace said that. And the author of the book, of course, was Dr. Abraham Van Helsing, that Sean's mum gives to him. And number 10, the true or false, was Mark Paul Gosselaar from Saved by the Bell in the Monster Squad deleted scene? No, he wasn't. It was actually Saved by the Bell star Dustin Diamond who was cut from the film. Dustin Diamond. He was a Roman, wasn't he? Didn't he go on to do pornography or something? Like the guy from Fright Night as well. Dustin Diamond. I know he was in trouble recently. Didn't he punch somebody in a shop? I punched somebody in a shop, mate. Mad like that. He's not really got many acting credits recently. Zach Morris's Trash TV series. What on earth's that, Dustin? He's not much of a biography here, but he has a bunch of trivia. When Dustin was younger, he was a live mannequin for a store. There you go. Something to put on your CV, isn't it? Son of Mark Diamond. Oh, right, who also appeared in an episode of Saved by the Bell. He has a black belt in karate. Oh, that's probably why he... didn't he rob some shop or something? Let's look at... sorry, we must... He is related to the Monster Squad, so I think we can allow it. I don't know how to... Google it fast. In the news? I'm erming too much. The sad truth about what happened to Dustin Diamond. There was something. There was an altercation. He's 42 now. Nearly in the same age bracket as myself. Oh, it goes on a bit. Bit of a big article. Anyway, he did something bad, I think. There he is, looking very angry with... he did a sex tape. Yeah, there was something like that, wasn't there? I just thought there's something more... there he is. See, there he is. He was arrested for possession... for possession of a switchblade knife, which he was alleged to have used in a threatening manner during a fight in a bar. There you go. He was convicted of carrying a concealed weapon and sentenced to 4 months in prison, which he served 3. Wow, imagine being in prison now with Dustin Diamond. Well, you cut from Monster Squad, you, Dustin. That's what they all said to him when he arrived. Oh, right, so more questions. I was going to do those difficult ones. Here they are. What is the name of the unproduced screenplay that Fred Dekker and Shane Black wrote together in the 1980s that John Carpenter was interested in directing? Was it Kaleidoscope, Night Sky, Shadow Company, or Ronnie Rocket? In 2015, which artist designed a poster for Groundhog Day Part 12 in collaboration with Fred Dekker? Was it Tom Hodge, Graham Humphreys, Rick Melton, or Nathan Thomas Milliner? Which Saved by the Bell actor? We've already had that one. Which is the number tattooed onto scary German guy's arm, showing that he is a Holocaust survivor? 47219 27413 140 887 376 9990. That'll do, won't it? I'm not going to read them all out. It would be really boring, wouldn't it? The movie was Shadow Company. Then it was Nathan Thomas Milliner. And the number was 47219. Oh, this is quite interesting, though. Just flip the page there. In which 2006 comedy feature film is the Gilman costume displayed in one of the characters' houses? Is it Idiocracy, The Benchwarmers, Tenacious D, In the Pick of Destiny, or is it Scary Movie 4? What do you think? No? It is The Benchwarmers. And there we go. The other ones... yeah, that was an interesting one, isn't it? In Germany, what's the Monster Squad known as in Germany? Is it Monster Mashers, Monster Klubben, Monster Busters? What did I just say? Or the Monster Killers? I should have put Monster Munch. That would have been funny. Missed a trick there, didn't I? It was, of course, Monster Busters. Although I like Monster Klubben. Monster Klubben. Let's go Monster Clubbin'. With you and me. I might do a song at the end, improvised, entirely improvised, based on the Monster Squad. Oh, the pressure of that. Oh, I'm already panicking. Right, so let's move on to our final 10 questions. Which monster is hiding in Eugene's closet? And number 12, in which other 1980s movie did Tom Noonan, Frankenstein... It does say Frankenstein's monster here, but haven't we already agreed on that? Starring as a serial killer. So which film was Tom Noonan a serial killer in? Number 13, what is the name of the song that plays over the montage of the Monster Squad preparing for the night's events? And number 14, what does Eugene accidentally drop into the swamp before the Gill Man emerges to scare him? And 15, which monster jumps into the back of scary German guy's car whilst they are driving to the church? Number 16, what does Count Dracula say just before he blows up the Monster Squad's clubhouse? And 17, who shoots and kills the Wolfman at the end of the movie? 18, what does Phoebe give to Frankenstein's monster as he's being sucked into the vortex? In 19, who appears in the vortex at the end of the film to drag Count Dracula into it? And our final question. It's what is the final line of dialogue in the movie? In the movie, on the back in the BG there, you just got a scary German guy now. This is where they're translating the Van Helsing's book. Not much happening. You know what I should do? Should use the skip thing more, because in so many of these podcasts where I've got a movie in the BG, you know, and the podcasts say is only like 45 minutes or whatever, you know, I can only really sort of look at the first 40 minutes. So maybe I'll gonna skip there. I don't know. This is actually playing in Spanish because there's no sound on, so I've left the Spanish on. That's interesting, isn't it? You know, we're 54 minutes into the film now. I think it's around about Wolfman's Got Nards times. It's a great film, though, isn't it? It is one of those that I've sort of not... Oh, there's the Wolfman's Got Nards. Wolfman's Got Nards. There's the moment itself there. Yeah, it's one that I didn't really grow up with because of the whole issue with it just not being, you know, available much in the UK. Lord alone knows why. I mean, it has a very unusual tone, doesn't it? The Monster Squad is where I think this is where a lot of the criticism might come from, or not criticism, but the reason why it didn't find its audience. Certainly at the time, it didn't find its audience. Because of its sort of, you know, is it a horror movie or is it a kids movie? It's like it had too much horror for a kids movie, and that wouldn't make sense to say too much kids for a kids movie. No, that doesn't make any sense. But I think what I'm trying to say is it was just too extreme for a kids movie as a horror movie. And maybe for people into horror, it was that's what I meant to say. I got it now. For people, horror fans, it was too much of a kids movie for a horror fan, and too much of a horror movie for a kid fan. Any road, it didn't find its audience at the time, but then it got a big cult following, didn't it, over the years, thankfully. Oh, tired myself out with all that. There's some trivia on monsters on Internet Movie Database. The Wolfman's face was modelled after that of Stan Winston. Poor dear old Stan. I think I've done some of this trivia, haven't I? Ashley Bank turned down a role in Fatal Attraction to play Phoebe. Oh, well done, Ashley. Good choice. Although probably not at the time, because Fatal Attraction was the big hit. So at the time, yeah, you're probably like, oh, I should have done that Fatal Attraction film, shouldn't I? Mary Ellen Trainor, who plays the mother of the lead siblings, also plays the mother of the lead siblings in The Goonies. Oh yeah, she's in loads of films. I think she died recently too, actually. She's just in everything in the 80s, wasn't she? There is a poster for Return of the Living Dead visible on the wall of the clubhouse. So there you go. And there is a poster for the Lucio Fulci film Zombie Flesh Eaters, or just Zombie as you call it in America, in the background of the clubhouse. It's terrific though, this film, isn't it? It's just a classic, you know. And I wish somebody over here would release it. Arrow, I actually spoke to Arrow about that. Well, I spoke to the people at HorrorCon, behind the HorrorCon counter, who I don't think had much clout. I think they were, basically sales assistants. It didn't seem to be the people pulling strings. But I gave them my card and said, if you're going to do Monster Squad Blu-ray, let me do something. I don't know what. I think I said, the booklet. Yeah, I wanted to do the booklet or something. So, maybe write the booklet. So if you're listening, Arrow Video, me available. Okay. So the final 10 answers are: number 11, which monster was hiding in Eugene's closet, is of course the Mummy. And number 12, which other the Tom Noonan serial killer movie was, of course... what? Is it? The Phantom Prowl? Oh, for God's sake, I'm reading off the wrong... I'd scooch down to Nightmare on Elm Street, where the answer is the Phantom Prowler. No, sorry, Manhunter, where he played Francis Dolarhyde. I was very confused. I thought I'd made another mistake then. 13. The name of the song playing over the montage. I nearly went to the wrong ones again by pretending to be Jason's mother, Pamela. No, the song is Rock Until You Drop. Oh, I should have done that as a song, shouldn't I? But I can't remember it. I can't do it like as an improv. 14. 14. What does Eugene accidentally drop into the swamp before Gilman? Of course, it's Twinkie. Creature Store made Twinkie, which I have on a t-shirt. And maybe you do too. 15. Which monster jumps into the back of scary German guy's car whilst they are driving to the church? It's the Mummy again. All the answers are the Mummy. What does Count Dracula say just before he blows at the Monster Squad quiz clubhouse? Clubhouse. It's the Mummy. No, he says, meeting adjourned. And 17, who shoots and kills the Wolfman at the end of the movie? Rudy does that. I think they've got a podcast, haven't they? Rudy and Andre Gower and to the one. I'm sorry, I'm just not very good with remembering stuff. Ryan Lambert, of course. Actually, I think it was Ryan Lambert who asked for copies of the Monster Squad quiz book. He got in touch with me on Instagram and said, "Can I have Monster Squad quiz book, please?" And I think I sent 2 copies to their agent. Never heard back from them. Yeah, don't worry about it. Hope you enjoy your free books. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm not bitter. You don't have to say anything. I hope you do enjoy your free books, if indeed you got them. Maybe they never even got them, and they're sitting there thinking, well, he's a bit rude, isn't he? He didn't send those books, and we asked... Right, so, what does Phoebe give to Frankenstein's monster as he's been sucked into the vortex? It's, of course, her stuffed toy, Scraps. And 19... No, that was 19. And 20. What is the final line of dialogue in the movie? Well, what else is it, eh? It's, of course, we're the Monster Squad. There you go. Show done. Show done. That's it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm tired. Tired of this. Right, I was going to just bring back the Wolfman. Wolfman is coming to join us again to... Oh, no, I was going to do a song. Let's do a song, yeah? Rock Until You Drop. Rock until you drop. Right, this is terribly worrisome. Because this is not planned at all. I'm going to go over there, grab the guitar, yeah? And I'm going to completely improvise some chords and the melody using the Rock Until You Drop lyrics. My God, why did I say I'd do this? Right, I'm going to get the guitar. This is such a silly, bad idea. I tell you what, in the future, maybe I'll plan this. I'm going to have to just scooch the mic. Ignore any... Oh, it won't. There's a thing in the way. Right, I've just moved them. Oh, ow! There goes my elbow. That's going to sting. Right. Did you hear that chord? I don't want to go home. I don't want to leave the floor. Someone turn the lights down. Close the gates and lock the door. We ain't gonna let this feeling under. We gotta cut loose and turn it all away. Rock until you drop. Dance until your heart stops. Rock until you drop. Dance until your feet fall off. I don't want to sit down. I don't need no easy chair. Ooh ah, ooh ah, ooh ah. Someone turn the clock back. We ain't going nowhere. Right, yeah. You're right. That was a stupid idea, but I did it anyway. You know, I went for it. Anyway, Wolfman. What have you got to say? Anything else? Whoa! Thank you for listening to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast. Ah!